Hello, everybody. Welcome to the fifth installment in our podcast. This is going to be our second Halloween special, and today we have a special guest this time around in the building, my mother. So, welcome
My
to our
beautiful wife.
podcast. Yep. And so, who do you have sitting in your lab with you today?
I have Billy Butcherson, Winifred's ex, Sarah's lover.
So, as you can see from the head in her lap, we are going to be doing the film Hocus Pocus today. That's what we will be discussing, starring Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker as the three Sanderson witches. It was directed by Kenny Ortega in 1993. This movie is very nostalgic for me. It was a movie that I grew up with because she loves it so much. And so, just like Halloween, in one of the previous episode, it was the same sort of nostalgia, just in a very different way. Definitely not as stabby and more, fun and
A little bit more kid friendly.
yeah, kid friendly, comedic. Definitely was watching this movie way earlier than I was watching Halloween, but nonetheless, just as nostalgic. Would you like to give a recap for everybody out there?
Starts 1693 if you haven't seen it. Three witches, Mary, Winifred, and help me out. Sarah.
And Mary.
And Mary. Okay, yeah, she got it. She's the expert. And they take the lives of children to maintain their youth. They get caught, they get put to death. 300 years later, a virgin lights a black flame candle, resurrects them. They come back to life, run amok all over Salem, causing all kinds of mischief. And the hero of the story, the teenager, has to find a way to stop them. And along the way, there's all kinds of fun little antics with witches that are 300 years old and in the modern world and so forth. But it's a cool, fun family movie, even though there is some taking the lives of kids' souls kind of thing.
It has some
going on,
darker
but,
themes to it, yeah. Because we were watching it last night. It's been a while since I saw the whole thing, and it was, it's got some dark themes.
But it's a
taking
Disney movie. Disney's famous for that. So
I mean, they get hanged in the beginning of the movie. And it's like what the? This is a kids movie,
Yeah.
But I mean, it works.
Right before Bette Midler lays on this really lame dad joke. So
yeah, cat's got your tongue. Yeah.
So anyway, if you haven't seen it, it's a cool, funny movie to watch with the kids, and definitely has the Halloween vibes to it. But a cool aspect of Dawn and I in this movie is that we actually went to Salem. We've been there twice now. We go for our anniversary, which is in October. It's coming up for us. Although I think this will air after the 24th.
Yes,
so,
it will.
But that's our anniversary, so we've gone up to Salem twice. First time I went there, we actually made a point to go see some of the places where these scenes were filmed because she loves the movie so much. So we've seen the big white house that's there from the outside, which actually looks smaller in real life than in the movie.
Yeah.
And then that big kind of yard.
Salem Commons.
Yeah, the Salem Commons, Commons, where they have the big open yard that's lined with the maple trees. You see in the movie, it's really iconic, really beautiful little place. But in October, that whole place becomes just a really, really popular place. So it's shoulder to shoulder people on the streets. In the last couple weeks of October, if you've never been there, it's a really cool place to go. It's really beautiful. Small town vibes, but definitely big city crowds. And but the weather is really nice, and you get a lot of the maple trees in the fall foliage, combined with just a lot of like Halloween and witch history there, like legitimate witch history, not just from the movie. Yeah. So really interesting place to visit. And they play Hocus Pocus in October in that Salem's Commons. Why do I keep
Salem Commons?
For like everyone just come out and view, and they've got popcorn stands and food trucks and things like that, which is kind of cool. So anyway, we've been there. If you've never been there, really fun and a cool aspect to connecting with the movie in a different way, because it's based on the witch history of Salem.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like why it's there and everything else. But there's actual legitimate history there to explore, from Salem witch trials and all that fun stuff. So.
And it's called Haunted Happenings. They do it every year. The entire month of October.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are really making me want to go. I've been wanting to go for a while actually, but
Yeah, it is fun.
It's never gotten. Salem, Massachusetts. I mean, I believe that it's busy in October,
Mhm.
but I assume that it's worth it.
Yeah, and a little travel tip: if you're there for a few days, there's like within an hour or so is Boston, and you can go down there, visit the city, and do a little tour there, which we did, and that worked out really easily actually because it's not far at all. So
Yeah, the Freedom Trail.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, let's dive into the movie.
Yes. So obviously very iconic. Yeah. I mean, we're telling you guys a recap of the movie, but I'm sure many of you have seen it, if not most of you, because it's extremely iconic, and it's iconic for a reason. One reason why I think it's very iconic, not just because it's Disney, but because its visuals and its aesthetic are like famous. It's very visually appealing, at least for me. Like that's the first thing that sticks out to me whenever I watch Hocus Pocus is the visuals. I think they did a really good job with the sets and costuming and just the overall like vibe of Halloween. Like you watch this movie during the Halloween season, and they do a really good job of setting that up, right? But yeah, I mean specifically the sisters, like their costumes are insane. I mean, how can you not get how they look like out of your head? Like I will always remember what the Sanderson sisters look like because they have such a unique look, right? But yeah, I mean, going from scene to scene, each scene has its own unique charm. The scenes that are memorable. One that sticks out to me is when they like get off the bus and Satan is like outside giving candy, and then the whole street has this whole like appeal to it. They decked out the whole thing without making it look like this big Hollywood project. It makes it look like a normal street. During Halloween, but it's so well done that it catches you, right? And even when they go inside, their costumes stick out against the backdrop of the house, which is pretty bland for the most part. So you could tell that they were really thinking about the aesthetic whenever they were making the movie. That was definitely
make it just immerses you in Halloween.
Yeah, it seemed like it was very important to them.
Fun parts of Halloween.
Yeah. And when they're in the graveyard and they're doing they're battling it out, and they have them doing the witches doing their thing pretty much the whole movie. I mean, the visual effects look pretty good, for the time, and it feels like right. It feels natural, even though a lot of it is practical effects and visual effects.
Yeah.
It feels real. I think they did a really good job with that. But
I would agree.
What do you guys think?
Well, what do you think?
I completely agree. The nostalgia is completely there. Made in 1993. I was 13, not to,
wow,
broadcast my age,
old.
but like ever since it came out, like it's been a hallmark for me, I guess you can say. Like,
well, what is it about the movie that makes it like really make you feel warm and fuzzy inside?
I think it's everything about Halloween that you had growing up as a kid, like the whole getting dressed in costumes and being able to go trick-or-treating, and everybody's houses were decorated for Halloween, and just the fact that it was fun to be able to kind of go around and pretend, and get all this candy, and it just kind of.
So the movie just kind of brings that all home.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
It really brings you back to your childhood, and then the fact that I was 13 watching this movie when it came out, it just brings me completely back to everything about it. And
what does Billy think though? Does he like the movie?
I think he's not so excited about
He's not-
being without a head
He's not doing that
or
well
being
these
without
days.
his body.
So. And he can't really say anything about the movie because his like lips are kind of
No.
stitched
He
together.
cut that open though in the movie, so I mean they.
Yeah.
He has no.
He doesn't have any arms
hands
though
to do
now.
it.
So yeah,
That's true.
I guess we have to do it for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your? So the movie's got a couple of musicals in it. Sort of. I mean, it's not a musical per se, but it's got a couple
And
of.
it's Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Got a few songs in there.
Well, what was your favorite got my guess. I'm gonna see if I'm right.
As far as what I would think, I do love Sarah Jessica Parker's serenade to the children to lure them into their grasp.
It's very dark.
That always
It is
sticks in my
very
head.
dark, but you can't. Once you know the song, you can't ever forget the song.
Will you sing us a note?
No, absolutely not. You do not want to hear me sing. But I think other than that, it's the I just like the music in general, not the instrumentals, I guess you can say. Like every part of that movie and the music involved in that movie, I love every bit of it.
I think it does a really good job of making the soundtrack and the visuals go hand in hand, you know, especially like specifically the ballroom scene where she's singing like I put a spell on you.
See, I think that was the best.
I think that's probably the best song.
Yeah.
And like them being in the ballroom with the spotlight going down and everybody dressed in costumes. There's like the kids are trying to leave, and I think it's just so well done with how it looks and how it sounds. The song goes perfectly in rhythm with the actions of the scene. Yeah. I think that is probably the best scene of the movie. Yeah.
And if you think about it, when Winifred, Sarah, and Mary walk into the town hall chasing after these kids, there's a band playing because everybody's dancing there. It's a party. The singer is actually singing I Put a Spell on You, and she's listening to this, and she uses that to put a spell on everybody in the town hall when she needs to. Because Zach basically, the hero in this film, Zach, he's telling everybody in the town hall, like, these are the witches, the Sanderson sisters are back, and they're here to take your children. And she's put on the spot, so she turns around and takes what this singer was doing, use it for her own to cast a spell on the entire group.
Yeah, so it's really, really well done. Like, not only is it visually appealing, auditorily appealing. Yeah, it works really well with the plot. It's a perfect scene in my opinion. Yeah. It really works.
I think that was one of the better parts of the movie because there was just so much going on, but they did it pretty well. So.
Yeah, and I mean, same thing with the when Sarah Jessica Parker is luring the kids, like that song is also very iconic. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. I just think the music is really well done. But yeah,
it's a Disney movie, so I mean, that plays to their strengths.
They usually pull through with that kind of stuff for sure. Yeah. But another thing that I think is really good with the movie is a lot of the writing, especially in terms of like the humor. The Sanderson sisters are like not only unique in their appearance, but in their personalities as well, and that matches with their difference in appearance. And so the humor between them, like their banter and their bickering, they're like evil witches, but they're like bickering with each other like sisters.
Over silly things.
Yeah, and I think that's like really, really cool,
You had Sarah Jessica Parker, who's like the ditz, and Kathy Najimy, who's like kind of like this, she's not really, she just kind of does whatever Bette Midler says, but she's always kind of like questioning things. And then Bette Midler, who's just like the alpha male of the whole thing. So
yeah, and it works really well. And then especially when they're interacting with the kids and stuff like that, those are some of the best scenes too, because it's like they have like it's like this tense conflict that they have with the kids because they're trying to like take their souls and the rest of the children, and the rest of the souls in Salem, but they have like this funny like humorous bickering with the kids. They're like arguing with them over like little stuff. They like make fun of them, and whenever the witches get made fun of by like normal people, it's funny because they're like, what did you just say? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, because they're from the 1600s. So also seeing that also plays into the humor.
When they see the Black Road for the first time and they don't know what it is. She's like, she just pushes Sarah Jessica Parker out there thinking it's black lava or something. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's fine. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Or when the fire truck shows up, they run away screaming. It's pretty good.
And then when they think that dude who's dressed as the devil is actually Satan.
That was my favorite scene.
It's
I think
so
that's the
good.
scene.
Because they go in, it's like...
They call me master.
Yeah. It's like, okay. And then,
what was your favorite scene? Oh, funniest. Let's say funniest. What was your funniest?
I have probably several. One is when they meet Satan and come into his home, and they're kind of they're all kind of exploring around and doing their own thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Mary, Kathy Najimy, she's watching TV.
Yeah, the baby.
And she sees this baby, you know, they're after kids, and she sees this baby running around in this, I forget what they're called. It's like
the stroller thing.
Yeah.
Whatever, the kids running around.
I can't remember what it's called, but a little walker
Yeah.
walker thing. And she's like, trying to chase him
I
through the
didn't, you know, I
TV.
didn't even realize that was the joke. I thought she was just being stupid because it was a TV. Like, oh, it's a TV. Oh.
With the cheese puff.
Yeah, that's right.
She's chasing the baby.
So that actually makes that joke way funnier.
Yeah.
Because she's like, oh, a kid. Okay, cool. So stupid. That is probably, oh my god, that scene's so funny. I love that scene. And then, Bette Midler's in the kitchen. What does she say? It's like, oh, they have a torture chamber. It's just a kitchen. Like, what? What are you talking about?
So what do you think? What do you think is kind of mad about the movie? What could have been better?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of hard to tell because a lot of it is pretty like flashy. You know, like I said with the aesthetics and the soundtrack, kind of like that is what you look for when you're looking when you're watching Hocus Pocus. I'd say maybe, I don't know, some of the characters can be kind of bland, you know, like next to the Sanderson sisters. Like the kids don't really seem as interesting as them. One person in that group that's probably just as interesting is Billy Butcherson. Mm-hmm. He's really funny, and I think he's a good character. But like the kids themselves are just kind of like, yeah, whatever, you know, like they finally escape the I think the weakest point of the movie is when they escape the Sanderson sisters. They put them in the oven, right? And then they go into the house and they're kind of just chilling, going to sleep, and they open the book, right? And whenever they're just there, I'm just like, okay, cool. I mean, they're just kids.
Oh yeah,
talking. And, oh, you know, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, like the drama, not drama, but like him trying to. Make her his girlfriend.
And it's like, oh, how are we going to help Thackeray? It's like, that's cool, but like, where are the Sanderson sisters? You know, I want to see them be
They were
funny.
a little bit of like a distracting subplot. Didn't really connect as well.
Yeah,
it's
just
bad though.
It's not bad. It's just not as interesting as whenever the sisters are on the screen, like doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's the weakest part. But then like 5 minutes later, they open the book and the witches see them and they fly off on a vacuum. And it's like, oh, okay, this is okay. We're back.
We're back.
You know? So that's probably what I'd
That's
say is the weakest point.
Yeah, I think that performances were a little meh. Not by Bette Midler or Sarah Jessica Parker or Kathy Najimy. They did a great.
Yeah, the sisters were.
The
great.
kids were a little, but they're kids.
I thought Max was actually pretty good. Like he really nails that like angsty
He's a little bit
teen.
of an overactor in it, though.
Yeah, he is. He is. Oh my god, I forgot. One of my favorite parts of the movie, the funniest parts of the movie, is with the bullies. I totally forgot about the bullies. What are you, the new kid on the block? Ding dong! Whoa! So funny, dude. Whenever they steal their trick or treat bag, that's probably one of my favorite scenes.
You do that to your brother, don't you?
My name's not that anymore. It's Ice.
Yeah.
Ice. So iconic.
That is pretty good.
I love those scenes. Yeah. So honestly, like those that acting is pretty good.
Those kids, the bullies were funny.
They were great. Yeah. But when we're talking about the
Max and
Max and the girlfriend,
they were just. I mean, they weren't bad, but it was they were. Well, especially Max, I think, was a little bit of an overactor.
It was
a little bit, but I mean.
But not bad. Not terrible. Not distractingly bad.
Right.
No, I don't think any part of the movie's like bad at all.
No.
Just some of it can be kind of bland in comparison to the what you can tell the filmmakers really focused on. You know.
What do you think? Nothing.
Nothing. There's nothing in the
Can't
movie
be
that I
improved
don't
at
like.
all.
No, it can't be. I mean, with, I think the best cast for these witches was on point. Like whoever
Yeah, that's
did the
true.
casting for the witches deserves an Oscar.
So,
in my
so
opinion.
Bette Midler was Winifred, right?
Yes.
And then Kathy Najimy was Mary, and Sarah Jessica Parker was Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
They each like had, like you said before, they each had like their own individual personalities, and the characters that they played, it was just spot on, like no errors whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, every part of that movie is basically my favorite. Like, I have more scenes that I think are the best ever scenes, and like especially when the witches turn Thackeray into a cat, like that whole the whole little chant they do, and it's so bad how much I love this movie that I've almost got it down by heart. Almost.
I'm pretty sure you do.
No.
Yeah.
She would literally sing the song while the movie's going.
We watched it last night. I think we were on like the first scene, and she was already quoting it. It's like, okay, wow. Cool.
So lay your favorite quote on us. And if you choose to sing, we're not going to stop
I'm
you.
not gonna sing. It's really hard to think of like any.
Just think of one. Just give us
quote.
one that just floats to the top of your head. Doesn't have to be your favorite.
I think it's in the beginning when you first see Winifred out the window in 1693, and she says, "Oh, what a glorious morning, makes me sick," you know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
You kind of get into her personality already from the get-go. Like, okay, yeah, you're gonna be.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that first scene is like generally overlooked because it really gets you to understand what these sisters are about.
Yeah.
You know, hooks you right off the bat with their personalities, and you're like, okay, I'm ready. You know. And it's like growing up with it. It's like ingrained in my brain. How the scene like progresses. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like it's like a rhythm for me at this point. Like sometimes I don't even remember what they're saying. I just remember how they said it and how the scene progressed. Like they dance around the cauldron and they like zap him 3 times and then he drops. You know, like I always remember that. So yeah, I think the first scene gets overlooked a lot.
How did part 2 hit with you? Was it disappointing?
No, I did like it. It, you know, they were brought back again and all of that, but I still liked it. Like it wasn't the same as the original, because nothing's better than the original, but it wasn't bad. I still have to give it pretty good marks. Yeah.
Will you watch part 3? It's on rumors on it. It's in production.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if those 3 are back.
Okay. Yeah. So great. I guess I'm gonna be watching Hocus Pocus 1, 2, and 3 on a marathon.
Yeah. And I think the only reason why I went to part 2 was because the original witches were there.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they brought back
If they brought back different witches or different actors to play the witches, I think it would have been a different story.
That would have definitely been a problem.
Because nobody else can be Sarah, Winifred, and Mary.
No, once you lock your cast in, that's like if they made Iron Man 1 with help me out, Robert Downey Jr. and then they made part 2 with like some rando.
I mean, they
wouldn't connect.
They kind of did that with War Machine. They changed actors 1 and 2.
Yeah, but
it's not Iron Man.
Center. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's true. Fair about that. Yeah. Anyway, we don't want to make this we can go all day on Marvel. But okay, so
I wanted to ask first before we move on what your guys' favorite witch is. Like, which out of the 3, which one is your favorite?
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really hard. I want to say Sarah.
That's a good pick. Yeah,
because I mean,
funny.
she's really funny because she plays off the ditzy,
the seriousness. She
really
played
well.
Yeah, and Bette Midler's so serious, and
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yeah, she kind of brings the funny back, even though Winifred is, funny and Mary is funny, but just the fact that she's oblivious but smart at the same time. Like when Winifred was trying to recap her spell or remember her spell when she didn't have the book, she's like, dead man's
toes.
nose, whatever, and then Sarah
Yeah.
turned, dead man's toes. Like she was actually right,
Yeah.
And Mary was like, dismiss it, like go away, go play, go frolic. But Sarah was actually like really, really funny being that sort of person. Even when the firefighters, like she's of course, really interested in guys, but when the firefighters showed up and, cased the house or whatever and then left, and Mary's like, who are they? She's like, boys.
Yeah,
and then she's eating a spider and like, what a pretty spider, munch.
Yeah, she is really funny.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of them work without the other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
think that the trio makes it right, but I think Sarah is probably the funniest. I do like the kind of subtle comedy that Kathy Najimy brings.
Yeah,
It's like
I agree.
she's always kind of like, you sure, kind of vibes, and it's just kind of funny because she's kind of in the background, and the little thing with the baby, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And she wasn't as obvious about it as Sarah Jessica Parker was with her, because hers was a little bit more like slapstick, where she was just kind of goofy,
Yeah.
which was funny. Like, and I think she was probably the funniest one. But I did kind of like Kathy Najimy. I thought she had like kind of a
Wow.
different. There's like a different vibe in the background. Bette Midler, of course you can't deny her, but she wasn't. She was the one that, without her they don't work.
That's true.
And without them, Bette Midler
She
doesn't
doesn't
work.
work, yeah.
So it
Yeah.
really brings it all together.
I think my favorite witch is Bette Midler for sure. Like it's like she's the center of it all. She drives the plot and she's funny
Yeah.
at the same time. And a lot of the jokes, a lot of the humor, she's centered around it, and then they kind of add their spin to make it even better. So I mean, like I have to say Winifred. I think she's the best witch.
Yeah, I mean, there's no wrong answer really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you said Kathy Najimy, because I feel like she gets overlooked,
Yeah.
by Sarah
Yeah.
and.
But she has some really good lines and some really good scenes that I think help fill in the movie in a way that it wouldn't be the same.
I agree.
The vacuum cleaner thing, I mean, it's hilarious. So
And I mean, the fact that she's got the power to sniff out children,
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be able to do that or get children
Yeah.
without her, basically, other than, Sarah with her song, So, and then with Mary, there's a point where, Winifred has basically given up. Like, she lost her book, she's lost her motivation, basically. So she's about to give up, and Kathy Najimy's trying to bring her back, and all of that good stuff. And Mary says something to her. I can't remember what it was. I'm actually going blank, but she
doesn't remember something about
Yeah,
the movie.
that's crazy.
Winifred says, "You're right," and she goes, "I'm right. I'm right."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So, okay, so we're gonna do our. We're gonna ask each other a question that
Yep.
we haven't been privy to, so we don't know what we're gonna ask each other about the movie, and we'll see where that takes us. So, you want to do yours first?
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of the visuals and the aesthetic of the movie, like I've said previously. In spirit of that, I wanted to ask you what you think the most immersive scene in the movie is. Not the best scene, but the most immersive, where they did the best job captivating you as an audience member. you know.
That's a hard one.
It is a pretty hard question.
So the most immersive scene, the one that like really brings you into Salem, huh? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Or just the general vibe of like, you know, what they're doing, you know, the witches and stuff like that. I mean, it would have to involve the witches, you know. If it helps, I can give you what I think is one of the most immersive scenes.
Okay, yeah, it'll give me a minute to think.
Yeah, one of them is the opening scene, I think, because you know, it really grabs you. Like, it's literally in 1693 Salem, you know, and they make it look like it, right? There's like the water wheel spinning outside of this old house. Thackeray's like in these like white robes or whatever, and he's like climbing up and he looks in and everything is like set up like a witch's whatever.
The cauldron.
Yeah, the cauldron's going. They got like potions and whatever. She's like pouring stuff into it and like dropping stuff. And then they like steal his sister's soul and turn him into a cat. Like, everything is just so witchy, you know. So I think that's one of them. That's probably what I would say my answer is. But another possible honorable mention is whenever they bring the witches back in the first place. Like when he lights the candle, like he turns on the whatever you call it. What's the
lighter?
What's that lighter called? The Zippo. Okay. I know what a lighter is, okay?
What's that thing you put the light in the hand?
He takes the Zippo out and he lights it. And they're like looking around, there's like cobwebs everywhere. And he like lights the candle, it's like black, it's like, you know, and then the witches come back in their own way, right? And then it's like, oh my God, and then the book and all that stuff. So I think those two scenes are probably the most immersive.
I would pick one that actually doesn't have anything to do with the witches.
Really?
Because it takes you into the like Halloween spirit, and the Salem-ishness of the movie, which is the scene outside of the big white house.
Okay.
With the pumpkins and the haystacks, and then they go in, and everyone's like in Victorian gown and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was a cool scene. That scene always reminds me of like what I could only imagine classic Halloween would be like.
Yeah.
You know, or what Halloween in New England is like on a regular basis, which would be kind of cool. So
that's a good pull.
Yeah,
it's good.
So I just think of that says Halloween in the best possible way.
Would you agree with us, or do you have your own?
No, I absolutely agree with both of those. I think in addition to that, kind of like the scene where everybody's being let out from school for Halloween, like school's over and everybody's leaving. And
that's a good one.
You see, like you can feel the weather based off of how everybody is being released and walking through Salem Commons and all of that.
They had to have filmed this during the fall.
It had to.
They had to.
Unlike Halloween.
It's
summer.
Yeah.
So bull crap.
Yeah, so that's true.
I always remember the skeleton popping up, like
all the decorations, like the cauldrons full of candy, and
I always remember
everything that you like makes you feel Halloween.
But as far as like the time, I agree with you as far as like the witches, because I'm a really big I don't want to say fan because it was a horrible time, but
you take
the actual
interest.
Salem witch trials.
I agree.
This is kind of like the sort of softer side of that, but like just being able to go to Salem when we did, we actually saw like the memorials and all of that stuff. So it kind of really brings it home, I guess, instead of you just reading about it somewhere. So
that's true.
But the beginning part of the movie.
Yeah, they even
have
like chickens flying around in the very beginning too. It's like, this is crazy, you know. You could tell where the budget went, you know, whenever they're making it.
They definitely made that time whimsical in the movie.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it was a very dark time, you know, in actual history.
It was still bad. They were taking children's lives.
But they managed to make it like comedic and like fun somehow, which I think is, you know, impressive. You know, with that time period.
That's what Disney does. Right?
Yeah. make
especially
things fun.
especially bringing them, 300 years later, and when the world is completely different.
Yeah.
And they have to kind of fend for themselves, but they did it pretty good. So.
Yeah, that's true. What is your question?
All right. So my question is a little off the beaten path.
Okay.
It is not really movie related, other than the people in the movie, and it might get you in a little trouble. You ready for it?
Okay.
Of the 3 witches, which one would you date?
What?
Mary, who is Kathy Najimy,
Okay.
Winifred, who is Bette Midler, or Sarah, who is Sarah Jessica Parker?
I have to go Sarah. Okay. I'll low key say that she was like one of my childhood crushes. Sarah Jessica Parker in that movie specifically. It was one of my crushes. So I'd probably have to say Sarah.
Okay, you just got in trouble. Just telling.
Yeah, well, whatever. You asked the question. Okay, let me throw it back at you.
I plead the fifth.
Okay. Plead the fifth.
I'm legally bound not to answer that. Who would you date?
Billy?
No, of the 3 witches.
Which one is more appealing to you
Yeah.
as a person?
As far as like, I feel like with the sense of humor, I would say Sarah, but at the same time, like, I feel like I can turn her good. You know what I mean? You can't turn Winifred.
Yeah, no, Winifred will never, be cool with you. She's just gonna want to steal children's souls. I mean, like, so will Sarah, but I see what you're saying. Yeah. She's definitely seems like the nicest out of all of them. The one that would be, willing to change, maybe.
Mary too, probably.
Yeah.
But she seems pretty dedicated.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
loyal.
Because she's like the right-hand man to
No,
Winifred,
she was licking her chops looking at kids, so that was the...
Yeah,
that was
the
a little gross.
TV, I don't know.
Didn't seem like Sarah would mind too much.
Yeah. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for, now we can rate the movie. I'll start. I'm going to give it 7.5.
What?
I know. It's a great movie. I think it's really well done. But it's like it's a Halloween movie. Like I will never watch it any other time of the year besides Halloween. It is the perfect Halloween movie vibe.
It's a feel-good movie for the holiday.
Yeah, it's just not particularly my my kind of movie. But I respect it for what it is. It is great. It's just I need to be in a specific mood for it.
That's fair.
And then the scenes with the kids can be bland compared to the scenes with the witches and stuff like that. So
I do think there's some things that kind of took away from it. Being like an excellent movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie. It's fun.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would be in the same ballpark, but I would say probably like 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's gonna hate you forever now.
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you
Come
be your
on.
guy? What is it?
I'm sorry, it's a 10 for me.
Dang, a
10.
10 out of
It's
10.
been in my life. It's been in my life since I was 13. It ain't going anywhere anytime soon. It's a tradition for me. So.
Respect that. Yeah. I mean, I saw it coming. 10 out of 10. I definitely knew you were gonna say. The moment you were like, "Yep, no flaws," I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Never gonna get tired of it either. So.
I know exactly what she's gonna rate this movie.
All right. Well, that's fair. Okay, so can you close us out by giving Billy a kiss? Good night. Goodbye.
Night, Billy.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. Thank you, Mom, for being our very first guest star in the Film Nobody's podcast.
Thanks for having me. And just remember, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus.
Just a bunch of hocus pocus. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. The next video will be covering the movie The Room from 2003 by Tommy Wiseau. So look forward to that in November. But
just for a sneak peek on that one, it ain't getting a 7.
Yeah, it's getting a 10. 10 out of 10. No, but seriously, thank you guys and have a happy Halloween. Bye.